Trustee Ape. All right. One I just saw. It's not there now.
Hello, everybody. As I am sure you have heard, there is a lot that's going on here in Washington, D.C. So let me say a few words and try to explain it. Bottom line, after all is said and done, is that after months of negotiations, Senate Democrats and House Republicans reached an agreement called a continuing resolution, which would continue to fund the government for 3 months.
I'm gonna have to see if there's an echo or not. It looks like my mic is maybe moving over. I'm not sure.
Frankly,
I'm on some new earbuds here. So.
that agreement was not something that I was all that excited about, but it was better than nothing. And I was prepared and am prepared to vote for it. And one of the reasons is that it contained a reasonable increase in funding for primary health care, something that I feel very strongly about and that my committee, the Health, Education, Labor, and Pension Committee, is responsible for. And given the enormous crises that we're facing in health care in this country today, it really would be of help to many millions of Americans. What this legislation would do is significantly, or modestly at least, increase funding for community health centers all over this country, which treat about 30 million Americans who are low income or working class. And it would also increase the number of young doctors who go out into rural America and also into underserved areas. That is where we need the doctors and the nurses, and that's what this legislation would do. In any case, within the House of Representatives, the Republican House, and the Democratic Senate, there was widespread agreement on this resolution, and it was just about ready to be passed. In fact, the Republicans posted it on their website. We were ready to go. But then, out of nowhere, the wealthiest man in the world, Elon Musk, began tweeting his opposition to this legislation. In fact, he was very blunt about it. He told Republicans that if they voted for this proposal, which they had already agreed to do, he would take out his wallet and spend as much money as it took to defeat them in primaries and drive them out of office. You got that? Take a deep breath and appreciate what's going on here. The wealthiest person in the world, who spent at least $277 million to elect Donald Trump in a Republican Congress, has now claimed complete ownership of that party. And what he is saying is, hey, Republicans, forget your constituents, forget your constitutional responsibilities. If you don't do what I, Elon Musk, want you to do, you're out of office. And I have the money to do just that. My friends, what we are looking at here has nothing to do with democracy. What we are looking at here is oligarchy.
You got that right, Bernie. You got that right.
Of a felony to assume the presidency. Trump has... Welcome back. Here Online was charged with 34 felonies. He was put on trial for almost 2 months and convicted on every count. Yet the legal detour didn't hurt him, with voters who elected him to a second term. So moments ago, Manhattan Judge Juan Merchan, he could have sentenced Trump to 4 years in prison, but instead he chose a sentence that sidestepped constitutional issues by effectively ending the case, but assuring that Trump will become the first person convicted, reporting what that means. That means no prison, no probation, no conditions for President-elect Donald Trump. He is now set to return to the White House unencumbered by the threat of a jail term or a fine. So again, if you are just joining us here on Live Now from Fox, that is the latest of what we know with all of this breaking as of right now.
Amazing. Just convicted of 34 felonies, but no penalty.
And again, we
have
not heard from President-elect Donald Trump after this just came out here. But again, what we did know after he appeared virtually moments ago in court, he said that it has, quote, been a very terrible experience, and once again insisting he committed no crime in all of this. So we'll bring you the latest here on Live Now from Fox if we do hear anything else.
He was literally convicted of fucking felony, but whatever.
This site has 36,000 plus remote jobs that pay six figures. And
we have some footage of Mar-a-Lago in West Palm Beach, Florida right now. In the next few moments, Trump is scheduled to this and push forward, joining us from the Hyatt.
Celebrating a very nice man, a good man, great humanitarian, Jimmy Carter, funeral.
I think you could get any better sound on these.
I thought it was a beautiful service, and it went very
all
well.
All this equipment.
And we had some very good victories today, as you probably heard. Go ahead. Any questions, Peter?
Yes, President Trump, just a few minutes ago, the Supreme Court ruled that they are not going to slow down.
He's calling him president. He's president-elect, technically.
The sentencing. It's on for tomorrow. Now what?
Well, they called
former president and president
for an appeal, and as you know, they acknowledge what the judge said about no penalty, and there's no penalty. But we're going to appeal anyway, just psychologically, because frankly, it's a disgrace.
Psychologically?
It's a judge that shouldn't have been on the case. He's a highly conflicted judge, and they called for an appeal. So I read it, and I thought it was a fair decision, actually. So I'll do my little thing tomorrow. They can have fun with their political opponent. As you know, I'm under a gag order from a judge. This is the first. This was an attack of a political opponent.
I'm under a gag order, but I'm still going to talk about it.
And if you take a look at it...
Violating the gag order. Nothing's going to happen to him.
I'm not supposed to be talking about it, so I won't. I'm the first president...
You are talking about it.
Probably one of the first candidates in history that's under attack with a gag order, where I'm not allowed to speak about something. And they ought to find out what that's all about. And this is a long way from finished. And I respect the court's opinion. I think it was actually a very good opinion for us, because you saw what they said. But they invited the appeal, and the appeal is on the bigger issue. So
you have the right to an appeal. They don't invite it. Like, you have the right to appeal.
We'll see how it all works out. I think it's going to work out well. We beat Jack Smith. He's back, I hope, at The Hague, but I don't think he should be there either. He puts people in very bad positions, like giving people death penalties. I will tell you, Jack, he is a disgrace. We won all of those cases. We won most of the other cases, or they're limping along. We've had a lot of lawfare. These are all people that understand.
Hey, Sandy, good to see you. It's all right. We're just catching up. 2025. This is the world we have inherited.
What's going on here very badly. This was an attack on the Republican Party. This was an attack on the Republican candidate who just won an election by record numbers, the highest number of Republican votes by far ever gotten. And we won all swing states, 7 swing states. We won the popular vote by millions of people. And that was the real vote. And I said it a long time ago, the real vote is that. And they tried to stop that from happening. They tried to stop this election from happening, or to bloody somebody up so badly they couldn't win. And the people got it. And again, we won by the largest number. Nobody's ever seen anything like that. It was conclusive. It was a massive, they said.
His gripe today, yeah, it's amazing, because he got convicted of all the hush money, felony charge, like 34 charges, convicted on all of them, and then released with no repercussions. They're just like, yeah, you're a convicted felon now, but we're not going to fine you. We're not going to put you in jail. No repercussions whatsoever. And so he wants to appeal the decision because he's
the
smart.
most consequential election in 129 years. And these people, the people know everything that you're asking. They've been studying this for 2 years as it went along, and hopefully it'll never happen again, an attack on a political opponent. So Peter will be appealing the decision. They're asking for an appeal, and that's on the fact, on what's going to happen, much more importantly than tomorrow.
Off the top, you mentioned the Carter funeral today.
I know, right? Nobody else would get away with 34 felonies and just no consequences at all.
What were you talking to Barack Obama about?
It did look very friendly, I must say.
I thought you guys hated each other.
I didn't realize.
Okay. So that's that right now. It's funny, my mom is finally coming around to well, she's been anti-Trumper, but she's finally realizing like the actual the reality of this guy being president again. I think she was kind of, pretty much she was what's the word I'm looking for? She was kind of ambivalent the last time, and now she's like realizing all the people who support him, especially in like in the church and stuff like that. And so she's starting to get real vocal about it. So we've had some good laughs about that. Hey, Silverwolf, good to see you. Kind of late to the game, but and then she asked me, she said, I hope you're not supporting Trump. I was like, are you serious? Are you serious?
Chona, ¿a poco sí estás
Do
haciendo
you
la
know
flauta
me?
que te dije?
Yo te dije que iba a hacerte unas platas de pollo bien ricos. Tú traías antojo.
Open a Chime checking account in 2 minutes, and we'll spot you up to $200.
Welcome back. Well, this is a live look at the fires that are happening right now out there in Southern California. This map, it shows the spread of multiple wildfires that have truly destroyed thousands of homes in the Palisades and surrounding areas. Now, the largest, the Palisades fire, that destroyed over 20,000 acres so far. We know at least 11 people are dead and at least 180,000 forced to evacuate as at least 5 separate wildfires rage across LA, with authorities expecting the death toll to increase. ABC's Johnny Fernandez has the latest.
Over 100.
Wow, dude, that's crazy. See, those flames are shooting up like miles in the sky.
1,000 residents remain under evacuation orders in the Palisades, Eaton, Hearst, Kenneth, and Lydia fires, according to the Los Angeles County Sheriff. This as firefighters continue to battle the wildfires spread across the Los Angeles area. The largest, the Palisades fire, has now scorched over 21,000 acres and destroyed thousands of structures. Residents returning to find their homes reduced to rubble.
Never in a million years would we think that a fire would come down and completely destroy not just this neighborhood, but half or more of the entire Pacific Palisades. It's devastating. It's surreal.
In the middle of winter.
It's hard to put into words.
The Eaton fire in Altadena and Pasadena, believed to have destroyed more than 7,000 structures and homes.
But I will tell you, it looks like a war zone. I've never seen anything like it. You can go blocks where there's no homes.
In Washington, President Biden pledging to pay for 100% of the state's immediate costs for the next 180 days.
The scope, the scale, and the erratic movements of these fires is truly unprecedented. I mean, it's truly unprecedented.
Johnny
Dude,
Fernandez.
we've been having fires here as long as I've been alive. Like, it's not, I mean, this is huge, but.
As ABC News, New York.
You know, back here at home, many people have been asking, how can you help? How can you help folks out there? Well, you can donate.
You can donate to the Red Cross. I've seen too many war zones like it. Yeah. So, I'm having a decent week. Lots of work. Lots and lots of work. What is this? Oh, I'll answer that later. and just kind of adjusting. Like, I've been going through a lot of major adjustments recently. Basically, I've been without, my car has been parked since Thanksgiving. I've been without transportation, so I'm back to public transportation and all of that. I'm supposed to be getting some repairs done here in the next day or so, but that's not even everything I need. And catching up on all of my like back owed finances. I'm trying to make payment plans with the people I need to pay off so that I can get my car registered. It's been a whole lot of different stuff going on. So I'm dealing with that. Just like I worked 14 hours on Thursday. So that was good. I made up some overtime and stuff. But I've gotten really behind, and so I'm playing catch up right now, but I'm also like really changing my whole routine around kind of a family life again, which is different, but it's good, you know. It's like something that I've been looking for, and it's been going really well for me. I got the care package from Silver Wolf. Thank you. Got a couple of awesome custom shirts there, and I'm receiving. I like today. I got 3 different packages that I've been waiting for this week. Some of which were my car parts, and that's kind of the scoop here. And moving into this year, I'm just trying to kind of figure out a different angle for going about my musical projects and stuff like that, and really put some balance into what I've been doing now, because I'm integrating, you know, being, you know, a parent full time again, and working and trying to do stuff like this and do my music projects and try to figure out how to best spend my time and energy. Like, I played a little bit of guitar this morning, but it's like I haven't really been writing as much, and I haven't had a whole lot of time to stop and think, because I've been keeping myself so busy lately that it's kind of difficult sometimes. So right now I'm trying to kind of reset and find the balance. I'm doing the Discipline Equals Freedom reset from Jocko Willink, which is basically just about like getting everything back to basics in your life. And oh, it disappeared. I wanted to look at that short. So it's got like a checklist of things for you to you know, daily, like, have you hydrated, have you worked out, are you working on are you doing, like, you know, progress for yourself, you know, things like that. And so that's good, because it's an app that gives you like reminders daily to do all that stuff. So yeah, it's been good. So I've just got a couple hours here back in my room, and I am, after a couple really, really long, stressful weeks. But, you know, Christmas and New Year's were good. I got to play with the band for New Year's Eve, and I've been riding the train and the bus a lot. So, see, is the sound okay here? And I've been riding the train and the bus. Okay, sounds all right to me. And I may attempt to do like a StreamYard stream tonight. We'll see how that goes. I finally got a new phone. It's been like 2 years that I've been working with this busted up phone, and I finally have a new phone. But to get the deal on my phone, I had to get a new number. So now I have two phone lines, but I still have my old phone. And they said I have to wait until next month to transfer my normal phone number over to my new phone. So that's been kind of weird. But I got a really good deal on my phone by starting a new account. So it's like, okay, that's fine. Be able to keep my old phone number. Okay, yeah, this one.
Avoid using these boring phrases. It's all right. That's interesting.
January 1st, 2025. This is the first day of Def Reset. It starts now. If you know what I'm talking about, good. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you're about to find out. It starts now. And here's what I was thinking about. Now is an important word. And let me tell you, I'm going to give you a different angle on this that you may or may not have thought of before in your life. Echo Charles, how long is now?
How long the duration? Oh, instantaneous?
It's immeasurably short, basically.
Yeah.
Right? Now, it's already gone. So, I'm not asking you for very much. I'm not asking you for very much at all. I'm just asking you to be disciplined now. You ever heard that thing when somebody says you got to do something that sucks, like, but it's going to be a short amount of time? Like when someone's in an MMA fight and the corner man's like, it's 5 minutes, you can stand on your head for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
They put that emphasis on it.
Yeah, fully.
Or we'd be doing something in SEAL training. Something that was going to, they'd say, all right, we're going to put you back in the water. 10 more minutes. 10 minutes out of your miserable life.
No. I just thought that was kind of a funny contrast.
Right? So think about that. This time is going to pass. Have you ever had something pass you by and you look at it later in your life and you know it kind of would have changed the trajectory of your life?
Not off the top of my head.
It's like maybe you should have taken that job, or maybe you should have invested in that company.
Yeah.
You know, maybe you should have bought Bitcoin when your brother told you about it and it was $4 a coin.
Yeah.
Right? Or maybe you should have finished that class, or maybe you should have started playing an instrument. You know, you picked up that ukulele. Did you ever buy an ukulele?
Yeah, about
to. That's kind of my other motivator right now, as I'm looking into really going back to school. Finally, like over the past few years, I've enrolled to go back to school a few times, and I've never followed through. And I just think it's definitely that time where if I'm going to really like move into higher education and move, other than self-education, now is going to be that time.
Okay, so good. Imagine if you did that when you were 19 or 30.
And I kind of have hooks in some of the universities around here that I've been working for too. I wonder whether that could be kind of an inroad to do that.
You see what I'm saying? And I'm sure you were on the island. It's not like there wasn't ukuleles available to a brother. You know what I'm saying?
No shortage for
and
sure.
right now, who knows? That could have changed the trajectory of your life. Maybe, I'm sure there's people that are like, oh, I wish I would have stuck with that workout program. I wish I would have stuck with jiu-jitsu. I wish I would have stayed on the team. You see what I'm saying? There's just things that you do that you let them pass and you can't really get them back. So I think it's very important to keep that in mind, right? Because in most cases, what made you walk away was just the short-term pleasure, or or at a minimum, the short-term avoidance of pain.
Yeah.
One of those two. Instead of
they taught us that in hey, Gorilla Censored Thoughts, good to see you. Good to see you here. They taught us that when I was in drug diversion program many years ago, right after I turned 18, they sent me to a drug diversion program, and that was like the main thing the guy pushed on us. And I think it was from Young or something like that. Says the brain is trained to seek pleasure and avoid pain, right?
Long-term strategic win. The short-term avoidance of pain or seeking of pleasure, those two are related, but they're not the same thing. You can see you nodding your head. You know that that's a good little little nuance to make.
Yes, sir.
But the avoidance of pain or the seeking of pleasure leads to a short-term win, but a long-term loss. So what I'm saying is don't let that happen. Do not let that happen. Do not avoid the short-term pain. Do not avoid the short-term pleasure to disrupt your long-term strategic goals. That's what discipline is, by the way. Discipline is you absorb the short-term pain, you avoid the short-term pleasure, and you know that discipline in the long run is going to make you better. You know that the unmitigated daily disciplines that we follow, for the Def Reset for sure, you know that these things in the long run are going to give you freedom. You're going to wake up early, you're going to get after it, you're going to prioritize next year, you're going to hydrate, you're going to clean fuel, no sugar. So my main hang-ups right now doing the Def Reset has been doing the workouts. That's the main thing I need to incorporate right now. I'm getting up early in the morning, eating healthy, all of that stuff, but I'm not getting my daily workouts in. So that's going to be the next step. I've really got to discipline myself into physical fitness. Because I'm getting a little bit of a gut, honestly. I've been eating good, I've been working a lot, but I've been eating a lot more, and I'm not getting the workouts in that I need right now. You're going to read, write, and you're going to remember. And also, you're going to do 100 burpees or 10 minutes worth of burpees every day. That's kind of a necessary thing. And by the way, that's going to change you. That will change you mentally. I promise you that when you do your first 10 minutes or 100 burpees, it's going to suck. And what you're going to learn how to do is you're going to learn how to shut off. You're not going to think about it. You're going to turn into a machine, a little bit at a time. I promise you that. I felt that. Last Def Reset, I felt that. First freaking 100 burpees, I was like, dude, this sucks.
Yeah.
This just sucks. And I'm thinking about how much it sucks.
Yeah.
It's one thing you learn, like when you're going through basic SEAL training, you learn how to just be like, yeah, I'm doing this thing, whatever this terrible thing is, with no emotion, just like, that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
You go, oh, we just jumped out of an airplane, landed in the ocean, 12 miles off the coast of San Diego. We rode a boat, a little tiny Zodiac boat for 3.5 hours. Freezing cold. You're wet when it started. By the way, it's January. It's 53 degrees. And then you get to your destination. Now, okay, now put on your dive rig, get in the water for 4 hours. It's like, it just sucks. Just the whole thing sucks. Yeah. Leif was saying something the other day. It was like, hey,
that sounds fun.
Everything in the SEAL team is cool for like 20 minutes. Because you're like, oh, yeah, we're on a Zodiac.
Yeah, yeah.
And 20 minutes, that's cool. And then 21 minutes, between 21 minutes and 9 hours, no, that all sucks.
Get her idiot.
So you're going to learn that. You're going to do burpees, and over time, you're going to learn that you're going to go do things that suck, and that short-term pain is going to be worth it. Those daily disciplines are going to give you the long-term strategic success. I want you to think about that every day. Long-term strategic success. That's how we think. We think long-term strategic success, and then we act tactically. What does that mean? We do the thing right now. We just do it. We're not thinking about it. We're just doing it. And when you have that little voice in your head that starts rationalizing and starts debating with your discipline and starts making excuses, think about where you're going to be in a week. Think about where you're going to be in a month. Think about where you're going to be in a year, and then get disciplined right now. Right now. Just decide to be disciplined right now. By the way, now is already gone, and just be disciplined for that sec.
That's also what they teach you in the 12-step program, and in other programs, is kind of like when they say like one day at a time, like what they're talking about is like, I'm not, choosing to be sober tomorrow or a week from now. I'm just doing it today, just every day. I'm just doing it today. Just do it right now, and I think that's important, like just to get through the moment to moment. So I have kind of strayed away from the 12-step program after several months of like going back and forth with my sponsor. I've been just completely devoted to what I'm doing right now, and that hasn't included AA. I have done a couple of secular recovery meetings this week, which was good. Kind of, got a reset on that. But I kind of got stuck in that 4th step with my sponsor, and we're going back and forth. Oh, we need to do step work. When are we going to meet and all of this? And I kind of finally just decided that other things were taking priority, and it wasn't taking away from my long-term goals. I was like, okay, what are my long-term goals here? X, Y, and Z, right? It doesn't really include this. Like, I'm kind of beyond this point. And I think, the step work is designed to keep you on track, but sometimes it can keep you stuck, especially if you're working with somebody who is continually trying to keep you doing remedial work. And I think it's like being in school. It's like if they're saying, oh no, you have to complete this task before you move on to the next one, you say, well, okay, what's the necessity in completing this task? And it's not really there, right? It's not helping you progress. I kind of had to make that decision. So I've distanced myself a bit from 12-step. I'm staying in touch with some of those people, but I'm not making regular commitment to go to the meetings now. But I have, as I said, done a couple of other types of meetings, like online, that have been good. They've been beneficial, and just focusing on the other things I'm doing in my life right now. But I think that is something good to learn from those. It's like all you have to do is make it through this moment, and that's what he's saying here.
For that moment, be disciplined long enough to get away from the freaking donuts. That's how long you need to be disciplined for. Are you going to walk around with like a donut dangling in front of your face? No, you don't need to do that. You just need to walk away from that thing. The 10 minutes that the burpees are you're being executed, or they're being executed, you just need to be disciplined for those 10 minutes. That's it. Actually, just one burpee at a time. Just shut up and do one burpee, and then shut up and do another burpee, and tell that voice in your head to shut up because you're busy doing burpees. You don't have time to listen.
That's good.
Be disciplined right now. Alarm goes off, get out of bed. How long does that take? You have to be disciplined for 1 second to get out of your freaking bed. Go to
Now that I need to work on. So the other day, I had multiple alarms set, and I'd gone through each one of those alarms, and I got to the last alarm, and I knew it was time for me to get up, and I ended up oversleeping. Luckily, I made it where I needed to be on time. I kind of jumped out of bed right at the nick of time to make that happen. But I have been getting into this habit of, instead of snoozing alarms, I'm going to set 4 or 5 alarms, and then I have to silence each one, so it's not like hitting the snooze button, but it's pretty much the same habit. And so I need to get away from that and just set the one alarm and say, no, when this alarm goes off, I'm up, and that is it. Because otherwise I find that it's getting easier and easier to get back into the habit of snooze.
Gym. You have to be disciplined for 1 second to go to the gym. Start walking to the gym, and now you're going to be in the gym. Once you're in the gym, you're freaking in the gym. Do the stupid workout.
And I put myself in a position this upcoming week. I've got some things coming up where I'm going to have to be up exceptionally early, and I'm going to be working a little harder than usual. and I kind of intentionally put that on my plate to kind of get out of the routine that I've been in.
Task done. You wrote down a task that you said you were going to do yesterday. Freaking do it. Be disciplined right now. Read. You said you're going to read. You said you were going to write. Do that thing. You write 10 words. Be disciplined for freaking 10 words. That's what we're doing. We're being disciplined now. Not forever. Not for 2 hours. You're being disciplined right now. Right now, you're going to do the right thing. And when you start wavering, you're going to think about where you're going to be in a month. Think about where you're going to be in a year. You're going to be a different person. You're going to be a better person. That's what we're doing. Discipline. Discipline equals freedom. Reset 2025. We start today. We start now. Join us at thedefreset.com.
And I'm on there too. I've got the app. I'm getting the updates. So that's where we're at today. Living in Donald Trump's America, where one can be convicted of 34 felonies and suffer no repercussions, you know, and become president. It's amazing. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. You can't hear it in my voice. I'm exhausted, but I'm happy, you know. So, Brojo, good to see you. Go, go, go. Exactly. Get up, get out, and get her done. Alright, probably do a proper panel stream tonight, if anybody wants to come by. Closer to, well, 8 or 9 o'clock Pacific time. Be a good time for me. So, alright, looking forward to it. Just wanted to update everybody and check in. It's been a while. But things are getting done over here. So, much love. Be kind, be well, be motivated, be disciplined, and stay trusty. See you later.